Today, I have a very special guest in the studio. One, Bryan Scagline.
What's up, everybody?
Woo!
What up?
Who you don't know, but I've known for 10 plus years as a Kendoma-loving, South Park fanatic, Kanye-obsessed person. Bryan Scagline.
I'm excited. I've been listening to Donda a lot. I've been following the trend. I am
Okay.
a South Park fanatic. That was very good. That was a good intro.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
Awesome. Welcome to A Great Depression, a podcast for every mall rat, Jansport, backpack, emo kid struggling with the boredoms of everyday adult life.
This is perfect.
Hit the music.
What?
We are broadcasting today from the Union Fitness Studios. Union Fitness, more than a traditional gym. It's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out. What'd you think of the Union Fitness when you came in?
I thought it was pretty intense. I, for a second, thought that we were going to do this from a gym,
Yeah.
and I wasn't ready for that, but then at the same time, I was ready for it. So it was good. It was a good first impression. It's a beautiful place, and the fact that this little podcast studio just exists off a corner.
Right.
Like, you have, like, dudes powerlifting cars
Yeah.
on the other side of this wall, and we're on this side talking about Kanye and South Park and
Yes.
drinking Coors Light.
Right.
Yes.
Shout out Coors Light. More than a traditional gym, it's a place where you can transform yourself inside and out, based around a variety of classes like fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today and sign up for a consultation through Union. There is strength. I don't think there's a greater strength than the bond between two men who are in their 30s who still rewatch old South Park.
Yeah. I mean, I think that for whatever reason, I enjoy rewatching things they already know
Yeah.
way more than watching something brand new. Like, I'm the kind of person that will ask and or Google the end of a movie before I even go see it.
Oh.
I don't like surprises at all.
Okay.
At all. I don't know.
This is going to be a terrible podcast for you.
Yeah. I like to know what to expect. But yeah, I kind of walked into this one. But
Well,
I'm
this
ready
is
for it.
going to be very similar to Here Is Your Life Rock with Mankind and The Rock.
Good.
Here is your life, Brian.
I'm ready for it.
Here's your third grade history teacher.
Comes in right now, Mr. Bedell. Like, oh my god.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, not because I'm going to ask you a series of questions to help everybody understand you as a person.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
And this is quick reaction, just fire away, okay?
Okay.
Austin or Goldberg?
Austin.
Permanis or Fioris?
Permanis.
Icy Light or Icy Light Mango?
Icy Light.
Dwight or Jim?
Jim.
Stan Marsh or Mr. Garrison?
Oh wow. Stan.
Yeezus or Pablo?
Jesus.
Okay, all right.
What about
So there you go. That's kind of like a quick introduction. Also, before we get too deep into all of the fun Kanye shit, let's talk about Kendama.
Yeah.
I have here. Do you want to hold one?
Yeah.
Cool.
We have the new pop series
Woo!
from Chrome Kendama.
Mm-hmm. I have this awesome green one, and Skaggs has the blue one.
Yeah.
What is Kendama? What is this toy thing?
So actually, on September 6th, just the other day, I celebrated 10 years. I've been playing Kendama for a decade. Kendama is this Japanese skill toy. And the objective is to kind of catch this ball all around the toy in like cool, creative ways, and then land it on the spike at the very end to finish the tricks. It's a Japanese tradition. In Japan, this is very common. This is like built into their school systems. This would be like if you went to my dad's office and you saw like a baseball on like a back shelf, you would see something like in Japan, like you would see this on someone's like shelf. Like this is like ingrained in their history. Shredding. Yes. Yes, very good. But this is the new pop series from Chrome Kendama. If you want to follow them, check them out. Chrome Kendama on Instagram. It's pronounced like Google Chrome, but it's KROM because it's sick.
I want to do this because I always like it when you do it in your video.
Yeah.
Paint check.
Oh my god, the squeaks. These ones aren't going to squeak as much.
No.
Because this is like a matte finish.
Yeah.
This one, though, like, the silk, I don't know. They always crack louder. They're very nice.
So when you spike, it sounds fucking sweet.
Sounds fucking sweet. Yeah, this is a beechwood kendama. Bamboo is the loudest. So if you ever see a kendama that's bamboo, that thing's gonna crack and popple like.
I also love the Power
Firework.
Rangers of all of this.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
I'm the Green Ranger.
Yes. Yes.
You're the Blue Ranger.
Thank you for that. Yes, it
Yes.
is. It's like they remind me of like it's very Power Ranger vibe. It's like here's
Yeah.
my costume. I'm this one.
Right.
It also like reminds me of like Pantone.
Yeah.
How
oh,
it has
yeah,
like the
yeah,
sample
yeah,
at the
yeah,
bottom,
yeah.
and then I don't know if it was like mimicked right after that or off of that, but
It's very 1975.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like it though. Very simple, very
also
clean.
Love in the pamphlet. There's a dinosaur showing you how to kendama.
Yeah.
That's
Yes, because as everyone knows, dinosaurs' hand-eye coordination was always something that was front of mind, and they made sure that they had it perfectly dialed and centered, and yeah, there it is. That is a
And everyone
kendama, a
got-
Japanese skill toy. It's been around for centuries, and then about 12 years ago, it got popular, right in Mount
comes with
Lebanon.
cool stickers and shit. I'll just
Cool
do this for
stickers.
the rest of the episode.
Just sponsored by Chrome.
Sponsored by Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I brought these for the studio for the boys.
Sweet.
You guys can have
Thanks.
these. Hang on to them. Add them to the fun, silly shit around here. I love it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a lot of fun, silly shit around here. That's probably the best way to describe it. Okay, sweet.
Kendama.
Yeah, now it's like all over the place, and I need to like carry on with the show, but also like there's shit everywhere. Ah!
No,
Okay.
That's good.
Awesome. So, Chrome Kendama. Go check out Chrome Kendama.
Chrome Kendama.
And do you still have the Tealers up?
They're sold out at the moment.
Bummer.
But we may not be, but definitely are making a second collaboration with Tealer Paris. So
But will it have an alien on it?
most likely.
Okay,
I don't want
cool.
to give too much away because I shouldn't even have said that. But
Oh, okay.
it's gonna be sweet. So
I'll
coming
just
soon.
beep all of
Maybe.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I love the designs from
Yeah.
Chrome. There's a really cool series of like Halloween ones with skeleton guys on it that came out last year. It was super
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
They pushed their skateboard graphics on kendamas.
Yeah.
And it's this beautiful little marriage of like I skateboarded a month ago and I'm still trying to get my knee back to
Right,
normal.
Right. Back in. Yeah.
Right, but like this is like just as cool now.
Well, that's where like I grew up skateboarding. Like I'm 30. I'll be 31. I'll be celebrating my 31st birthday this upcoming Sunday, September 12th. It's gonna be sweet. But I grew up like skateboarding. I was always the filmer. I was like just enjoyed like making videos, that kind of stuff. And then like 10 years ago, my friends Colin and Zach got really into kendama and they started making videos on YouTube, and I just got obsessed with it. It was very relatable with like the fisheye, the wide-angle lens, like the
Right.
tricks.
Seen
the
this before.
stomping. Yeah, and I'm just like, I can contribute to this. So I just made a bunch of videos, reached out to them, reached out to the team, and I was like, I'm pretty good at this toy, but like I'm really good with like video, so I
Yeah.
can probably excel and help here. So yeah, fortunately they sponsored me, had the opportunity to like travel to Japan a handful of times. Like Europe was insane. A lot of like the States and like the US. But yeah, I've gone on 10 years playing kendama. I'm super stoked. I'm ready for 10 more. And yeah, it's been the best. Just yeah, it's wild. Check it out.
That's really
Kendama.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's very niche, very just goofy. I fell in love with it immediately. For whatever reason, I was like, that's the most obscure thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And my ADHD kicked in and was like, I'm obsessed. I need it.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I could give to the audience before we really dive into Kanye is that you are one of the most like I have a handful of people that I consider the most particular people on the planet where they will like it's not even an argument, it's just like that's the fact.
Mm-hmm.
You are in the top 3.
It's a matter of fact, yeah.
Right, and the other 2 people happen to be named Greg. So it's a Brian and 2 Gregs.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
And so everything that we are about to talk about is very much like this is not like off the top of his head, like just making a decision. It's something that he has thought deeply about, come to a conclusion, and now stands by that conclusion, and he will never change his mind.
Yeah, I'm someone that wants. I like when someone goes all the way. Like when you're doing the thing and you just go all the way that
Right.
thing. Like, because I feel like you can enjoy Kanye West's music or you hate Kanye West, but I feel like yeah, all the way. It's like I'm just gonna obsess with these things. I feel like in life you can obsess over like 5 things you can be really into, like
Okay.
music, skateboarding,
Yeah.
kendama, girl, something.
Yeah.
Because then once you become one of those people that have your hands in a bunch of stuff, it's like you're not very passionate about it. I feel like when you're kind of spreading yourself super far and like thin, it's like you dabble in this, you dabble in that, but you're not very passionate about it. And to me, it's like I like when people are passionate about like a handful of things because you can take their word for it and like they mean it. And I would say usually they'd be right, but also that's not the truth. I'm just like literally just rambling right now. But does that make sense? When I'm like,
it does, and I think why I gravitate towards people like you is because this tangent, but
bring it.
years ago, like 2014, my wife and I, she wasn't my wife at the time, but Anastasia and I decided to paint portraits of each other. You could make it however wild you wanted, and I painted all these like really shitty versions, but I painted all these favorite moments from our life and like worked quotes into it, and it was all blue and gray because those are the colors that she looks the best in, and like it was very well thought out.
Very cool.
Hers was purple with an Apple logo in the middle, a WWE logo in one corner, a pizza in the other corner, and glasses in the other corner. Oh, and a Penguins logo. That was it.
Yeah, at the time, I think if you could sum up Josh Elsat, it would be pizza, Penguins logo, Apple, and glasses. I would have expected a pumpkin to be in there in the mix somewhere.
The Apple was orange.
Okay, so you had to like look.
It was a second thought. Yeah, because I'm also allergic to apples. It's kind of like it was like a multi-layered thing.
Hey, me too.
Yeah,
me too, brother.
My hand is swollen right now. I don't know what happened.
Oh my god.
So yeah, like I get that. You get 5 things.
And then once you're beyond, because it's like I have a friend. I don't want to say his name, but he's very much like, oh, I had graphic design. Like, oh, I had a merch company. Like, oh, I play the drums. Oh, I played, and it's like. You're like all right at all those things, but like I think like as a person you're great, but like at the things you're interested in, you're okay at it. So I think that when you kind of narrow it down, or a person is able to like narrow down like their like traits or interests or just things, I feel like it's more valid.
Agreed.
But at the same time, like if someone sees me like, oh, Bryan, Kendoma guy or something, like I like having like a shtick.
Yes.
But like you can't have too many, I guess, to wrap this long-winded thought.
I would think like right now a lot of people like you're the pizza guy.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. And like it's like yes, but I also like hockey and wrestling.
Right. Yes. Don't get it twisted.
That's it.
Did you watch
AEW?
Did you watch
and
Bryan?
Punk?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can talk about that because that also just happened.
I'm very noob. I'm like dipping my toes into it. Like AEW. The fact that they have Jim Ross. Like you got Jim Ross, like you have
You have the voice.
You
of
have the heart and soul of, in my opinion, the WWE. So like
When he said, "That's Bryan Danielson," I got chills.
Yeah.
Because a mutual friend, Spencer, got me into wrestling, and he was like, "You gotta watch it. There's this guy, CM Punk." And he's like, you'll love this guy.
Yes.
And he was right. And then he introduced me to all of the indie stuff that Punk did, which was Ring of Honor.
Right.
And I was just like you said, like with the Kendama thing, I was like, I loved this when I was a kid, but I loved it because I wasn't allowed to have it.
Right.
Now as an adult, I can have as much as I want. So I just consumed as much fucking wrestling as I could for like 7 years straight. And the craziest part of it was all without CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because he left shortly after I got into wrestling. Like, my Christmas present was to go to the Raw after the Rumble that Punk was supposed to win in Cleveland. I had made this giant CM Punk, like, lightning fist, and I'm just like a child, like, standing
just ready
there,
for it.
my CM Punk hoodie, and he doesn't show up.
Is that, I guess, he did the pipe bomb thing prior to, or is
No,
that
that was way before. That was like 2011 when he won the belt.
Right, yeah.
This is like he just quit that day. He quit that day in Cleveland. And so time flies by, and CM Punk is still my favorite wrestler, even though I've never actually seen him wrestle live in like the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
And All In happens. And part of All In is you could buy tickets to meet and greet with CM Punk.
Yeah. Have you met CM Punk?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I walked up to him, and
is he shorter?
No, he's huge.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like 6'1",
on
6'2".
TV, not to keep cutting, but on TV he looks like a regular sized man. I feel like in real life I don't know what he would look like.
So the guy.
Am I more jacked than CM Punk? Would you say that I'm okay.
Here? Hang on, I can show you. I can give you reference. Let me give you reference.
Oh yeah, we have the internet.
We have internet.
Yeah, we have internet access. Very good.
Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so met
CM Punk. Walking up to
oh
CM
yeah,
Punk.
so met CM Punk, And as I'm like walking up to him, basically it was like a raffle to even win these fucking like things.
Yeah.
And I walk up to him with a the first edition of the comic book he wrote
Oh.
for Drax. And
wow.
when I walked up and handed it to him, I'm
Sean
like
Sweeney.
ugly crying, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's like looking down at this thing, right? And he's like, I don't even understand.
Yeah.
Like this kid like showed up. There he is. There's Punk.
Oh wow, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
He's pretty tall, and that's my friend Greg, who's also very particular.
That is the Greg that I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
I met him the other day at Boyd's thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like, so this is after I've given him this comic book. I'm in tears.
Yeah.
And I was like, the day you quit, I was like, I bought tickets. That was like my Christmas present. Like, I didn't have any money. Like, this was like our one thing. And he starts crying.
Oh wow.
And he's like, I'm so sorry if I disappointed you. I was like, no, you inspired me.
Yeah.
To never fucking take what's given
The
to me.
bullshit, yeah.
And just like fucking get what I want.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's so awesome. So he signed the Drax thing. Like,
Yeah.
Keep in mind, he wrote it.
Yeah.
It's a first edition.
Yeah.
And so, like, I should have just gotten him to write CM Punk on it, right? So I could have flipped it.
Yeah.
And I said, can you make it out to me?
Wow.
And put, like, a message on it. And it says, fuck it, be happy, Josh.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that hangs
That is very awesome.
in my office right next to a limited edition print of him.
Nice.
But this is my human.
I was gonna ask
guy.
like where I was gonna ask if it's displayed in here, if it's like something you keep at home.
No. Yeah, that's a home thing.
Super weird niche WWF thing too. I was at oh god, where was it? There's like a comic book store. It's like one of those like it's an exchange type thing in Pittsburgh. But it's like I forget what it is. I'm
D&E
terrible. Maybe I think that might have been D&E.
over in
They sell like posters and like action figures and like comics and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was there just going through old magazines because I'm 30. So I'm going through old magazines and I find like WWE, WWF section, and I find a magazine with the cover. It's like it has like Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels on it, like their heads like blown up. So I was like, okay, you get my attention. Pull it out and I'm looking at it and it's like $3 or something, and it's like in my mind I'm like, I'm gonna buy this magazine, like it's just because of the cover. Like it could have anything on it could say Bryan Sucks on the inside.
Right.
Like I'm buying it. And as I go through, do you remember did you watch Boy Meets World growing up?
What a fucking dumb. My two best friends' names are Sean and Corey.
Okay, so if you remember in Boy Meets World when the one bully that picked on him, I forget his name, but his dad was Vader.
Yes.
And it was also Topanga's 16th birthday or Sweet 16 or something.
Yep.
And Corey and Sean did the old Fred Flintstone. You had to be in two places at once. And they had to help Vader's son win his affection for his dad,
right,
vice versa, but also be at Topanga's thing. Regardless, as I'm flipping through this magazine, there are highlights that's like WWF goes Hollywood or something, and it has screen grabs promoting that episode of like Boy Meets World, Sean Hunter, Topanga Lawrence, like all these like using like stage, but like it had all of these like it was promoting that episode, and I was like, how in the hell was I standing here, found this with Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels faces, and I'm opening it up, and it's literally promoting the episode of Boy Meets World, which is like going back to rewatching the same shit. Like I swear to God, I left my house this morning coming here, and I turned off Hey Arnold. Like I just put on Hey Arnold on Hulu, or like I'll put on Boy Meets World on like Disney and just let it play. To me, it's like some people play music in their house. Like I put on like The Office or South Park, and I'll just like say the quotes in my head as I'm doing dishes or talking to Abby or like literally anything. It's like a comfort thing almost.
So for me, that is Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Adam Cole all coming to AEW as a comfort thing, because they are. Not Daniel Bryan as much, but Adam Cole and CM Punk are top 5 wrestlers all time for me.
Sure.
And so to see them, and Punk said it. He said home.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Like, he was like, I quit professional wrestling when I left Ring of Honor, and now I'm home.
Yeah.
And I'm ugly crying on my couch, surrounded by Greg and my wife, who are the only people I think that could even kind of understand why a 31-year-old man is crying, except for that other guy that was also crying.
Yes, Josh is having a thing right now. Just let him get it out of his system. Just connecting the dots. It's happening for Josh.
It's so I want to dig in. Let's.
I'll talk about wrestling.
Oh, dude, I
more
know,
if you
right?
want to, whatever.
You and
Yeah.
I can definitely like. I thought about this today. I was like, I wonder how much time Bryan has. This might be the only
I forget how
two-parter.
I forget how much we have and like just we nerd out about the same shit. Yeah.
Right. Well, and just we could have done a whole episode on Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Coolest room ever, Hey Arnold.
Yeah. I mean, yes, hands down, yes. Hey Arnold had the coolest room. Shit was controlled by remote control. His alarm clock was like a potato, and like anything that had like a hidden couch that flipped up or like stairs you could like retract and tract. I don't like.
I see you, but I raise you the Ninja Turtle layer.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
It's dirty, and that's why I wouldn't be into it. I know.
It is dirty.
Did you have the action figure playset?
Of course I have.
The one where it was like the layer and there's like the tube where you went in.
Everything
and, like,
Turtles.
Yes.
Turtles and Transformers that was it. So
did you watch the Toys That Made Us on Netflix?
Oh my god.
I watched My Little Pony. I watched
all of them.
WWF, Power Rangers,
Yep.
Ninja Turtles. I was
Yep.
like, is my house tapped? Like everything that I'm interested is Kendoma's me fucking next. Like what the hell is like so amazing. My newest thing too is like I'm not buying Funko Pops. I'm not buying action figures. I'm not because it's a slippery slope. I won't quit.
Right.
But I'm very tuned and tapped into like the rarest Jakks Pacific WWF 2000 version of this so every now and then, like when my girlfriend gets home from like work or whatever, I'll be like watching like another grown man going through his toy collection.
Yeah.
And I'll pause it and I'm like, hey, I was just watching. I was watching action figures on the internet.
Just doing manly shit.
I was watching guys open talk about little action figures.
Yeah.
That's what I do in my free time, and I love it.
Yes, it is. It is. I slipped down the slope of the Funko, but I made myself only do WWE.
Yeah.
And
you
then
have to bring it in a little bit. You have to like set some.
you had to put a line in, but then the WWE started doing all the old guys.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna get me hooked. Yeah, I can't. I don't even want you to tell me, to be honest. Like, cause I'm gonna go out and buy a Stone Cold one.
Well, no. So Stone Cold hasn't had a new one. Well, that's not true. They just released a WrestleMania 17 Rock and Stone Cold in the same ring thing. It's like a whole kit.
Of course it is.
Right. But
it's thieves.
What really put me over the top was they released buckle up, baby. They released Kevin Nash, NWO, and Diesel.
Oh, wow.
But then they also released Razor Ramon and then NWO Razor.
Oh, wow.
And then Hollywood Hogan and NWO Hogan. So you have to chase all of them because you can't just have the NWO. You have to have all of them.
What's your moment in all of it? Like when because to me it's like you get the rare thing that you seek out.
Okay.
Like you get the thing. You're like, holy shit, I'm holding it in my hand. Like I've got the thing that I've been chasing that I saw on TV and the internet. Like I have it finally.
Yeah.
Is your moment like where you like when you get it and you're just like, oh my god, here it is? Or is it like showing it to somebody? Or is it like when you finally put it in its place with the rest of them? Like I don't want to say get off, but like my moment is like when I show it to another like-minded nerd and I'm just like, look at that. And they're like, oh my god, you got that. And it's like when they mimic my first reaction when I was like, oh, that to me is that's the moment where I'm like, oh, like when I just finished a video and I show it to someone, they're like, oh shit, that's sick. Like that's when I'm like, that's why I did it.
Like when you showed me your South Park lunchbox collection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you see that over there? Like, I've been waiting to show you this for like 9 years. No big deal. When's your moment? Is it like when you get it in the mail, or is it like when you put it with the rest, or is it like when you show your like where's your like?
It's when I put it on the shelf next to all the other ones, right? So like when I started collecting them, it was before anybody was really into collecting the WWE Funkos. So I have like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. Macho Man.
Nice.
Like I have a lot of the first ones. And to take like I had Macho Man forever, and to finally be able to put Hogan next to him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get Hogan when he was out. So like getting the used Lucy, just to throw terms out there, a Lucy Hogan, put it next to my Macho Man. Because I'm a breather.
It feels good, yeah.
I'm a breather.
Open it up. Open it up.
You play with toys.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna. I hate the resale market, and if it's like hype clothes or if it's like toys or because I want it because I fucking want it.
Yeah.
The people that buy it to flip, I hate those people.
Yep.
I hate them. Like I get it.
That Punk comic.
Yeah. Like yes. You open it, play with it, let it breathe. I agree with you. Yes.
So for me, yeah, it's the putting Hogan next to Macho Man and my superpowers, and then I have them all lined up. Like I have Roman, Seth, and Mox next to each other. I have, and this is my like
lay it on me
a little bit too much. I have 2 sets of the Young Bucks so that they can go in between Kenny and Cody.
Yeah.
Like that's where, but that's like my insane like thing, and then like rearranging them depending on who I like more at the time, and like sitting them next to their rival. Like Austin and Rock are next to each other, but then Punk is next to Cena, and then but I don't really like Cena, so it drives me insane that he's up that close to the front. Whereas like I'd rather put him next to Seth Rollins, but Punk and Rollins did never feud.
Cena's done. He's full Hollywood now, kind of, or like
no, he just came back.
Okay.
He just came back and lost to Roman at SummerSlam.
Jeez.
No, Roman's cool now.
Yeah.
Roman's got like all of his like Paul Heyman's the mouthpiece. The Usos are with him. It's called the Bloodline.
Oh.
He's a bad guy finally.
Good.
It all works.
I could see why they wanted him to be the good guy, but like he just literally looks the part of the. He's like the new Triple H, in my opinion. Like it's like the new.
That is such a good fucking because everybody thought Trips couldn't talk. Right, but they didn't realize that they just weren't letting Trips talk, and then once he got to be himself, and that's a great pull.
He's for the new gen, for like the kids now. He's like the Triple H, and like the John Cena was like the. I'm also a big comparison person. Like I know it's not healthy, but I'm like, you're
my therapist.
It's not good, but like it's like you're the new like The Rock was Hogan, and then The Rock's gone. Like so it's just like it goes through the motions of it. Like when I was a kid, I didn't really watch like Batman. Like Spider-Man, Batman, that kind of stuff. I did watch like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. Like I fucked with on the heaviest of levels. But like when it got into comic books and superheroes, like never really got my attention. I was always like The Rock and Stone Cold. Like they were my superheroes.
Right.
Like they were my like they're gonna get them. Like I enjoyed superhero stuff, but like nowadays if like an Iron Man movie comes out, like I don't understand it.
Were you Rock or Austin?
I feel like The Rock is just like
he's looking. The Rock is like over camera here.
I feel like I'm speaking to Dwayne Johnson now.
Dwayne.
The Rock is just like somebody you love and you feel comfortable with, and he's like he's a calming figure. God, I don't know, because I cried at both of their like documentary behind the scenes things, like The Rock's and Stone Cold. Stone Cold reminds me a lot of just like my dad and like where I come from with just like beer and like camouflage. I feel like.
You are Stone Colding it right now.
Stone Cold, because it was just kind of like he reminds me of my dad, and like he just was an ass kicker, and like when he would just like run to the ring and just dish out stunners for everybody, it's like it's perfect. Like so, like I specifically I love Stone Cold because he will go in and like get the job done in the way that you know he's gonna do it. The Rock is a spectacle, and it's like when you hear his music hit, you're like, holy shit. But like also, and I'm just gonna contradict myself. Stone Cold's the answer.
Okay.
But also, The Rock's the fucking Rock. He's just, I hope he doesn't get canceled. Oh my God.
You're waiting on that. Like, The Rock in the 90s raped me, and everyone would be like, yeah, that makes sense. He was fucking the guy.
It's different. And even when we get into the Kanye thing about, like, how this is such a terrible pivot transition, but, like, when Marilyn Manson was present at, like, the Kanye West, like, last listening party, the third one, everyone had a huge issue with it because recently, like, the things came out where he was, like, I don't know specifically, but I guess it was like abusive or like he was just shitty towards like women and or like his person he was. I forget what it was, which isn't right. It's wrong. But so random. When we were at Boyd's thing like last week, I bought a Marilyn Manson T-shirt like last summer or 2 summers ago from Zed's, and it's so sick. It's so sick. And then I see it in my closet now. I'm just like, God, you burned me. And I told Zed. I looked at Abby. I was like, I'm going to tell him I bought a Manson shirt from him and I can't wear it now just because of like shit that's happening. And I wasn't even like, hey, you sold me this fuck. Like, how the hell is he supposed to know? So I was just like, I got burned on that Manson shirt. He's like, yep.
And
can't
he
wear
does
that.
not want it.
No, of course not. Which
they're
to me,
worthless
I was like,
now.
No, I'm just like, But we can touch more on that for the Donda thing. But like, that's,
Hang on, so this is fun transition.
Yeah.
More wrestling. This is Marty Scurll.
Okay.
And Marty Scurll has been canceled recently.
Oh.
I paid $50 to meet the villain with Greg at All In. I'm wearing his shirt.
Yep. Oh,
this
wow.
shirt is a long sleeve shirt that's just black. It has this little thing, and then it says Villain 00 on the back. Coolest fucking shirt I owned. Can't wear that anymore. Not that anybody fucking knows who that is. And then this is Joey Ryan.
Oh.
Who I always told people if I was a professional wrestler, I would want to be Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But I'm actually just Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
Who's a guy who on the independents, the reason we're gesturing at his penis is because his finishing move was the penis plex, where you would grab him by the crotch and he would fake flip you over.
Sure.
And that was his finishing move.
Wow.
And you can see here, I'm meeting my favorite wrestler other than CM Punk. I have his socks on. I have his shirt on.
Yes.
My favorite shirt ever. Because you can
It's
see
a guy grabbing another guy
the
by
penis
wow.
plex.
Okay, there it is in motion.
And we're obviously very excited to meet Mr. Joey Ryan.
Oh.
Joey Ryan turns out not a good dude.
Uh-oh.
Who would have thought that the guy who flips people with his penis turns out to be a bit of a scumbag?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of like written all over the wall to begin with, and it's just like that's the way it goes. I just the canceling stuff, I feel bad. Like I get it. I feel that like if people make mistakes, like they for sure should own up to it and have to like do something. But like I think to just push a button and be like, boop, you're over. It's like I don't know if that's really like the way to do it. And again, this isn't like a one size fits all on how I feel about every issue in the world. But like I think it just overall like I don't know.
But it's also like Stone Cold should be canceled by all accounts. He beat the shit out of Deborah.
Holy shit, dude! Have you seen like WrestleMania is like a really good like YouTube channel where they go like in depth on that kind of shit. Just the Attitude Era overall,
right?
Like to be a child and watching like a Monday night pudding match between like 4 women. Like I truthfully didn't care about that kind of stuff when I was a kid. Like I just wanted to see Jeff Hardy do swanton bombs through table. That's all I wanted to see.
Yes.
But those would be on, and my parents would see it and be like, But they'd let me watch it because my parents are chill as fuck, which is nice.
My mother, super religious choir director, was not as chill.
Not having it.
Yeah.
Not having it. Now, my parents were very cool about it. That's like South Park, too. I remember vividly like watching South Park in 2nd grade, and my parents were always just like, watch it. Don't absorb everything they're saying. It's a cartoon, and it's like make-believe. My parents always – it's probably why I'm very literal now is because they always broke shit down to me, just very like – this is the way it is. It's being sold to you like this, but you can use it this way if you like. This is not the way. But don't don't play Grand Theft Auto then like literally break your grandmother's PT Cruiser window and steal the car. Like I knew not to do that. Like it was okay.
Right. Yeah. So that was. But like Stone Cold should be canceled.
Yes.
Like the shoe has to drop on The Rock at some other point. And I think probably part of the reason why he didn't end up running for president was because he knows what's in the closet.
Dude, that's a piece of me too. Like, not even to bring up like social media, but like I have like a little over 7,000 followers on Instagram, which is like compared to the rest of the world, like
nothing.
Nothing, like absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And a piece of me always wanted to get like 10,000 because that's when you get the swipe up feature for like Instagram stories and stuff.
Because
I feel like it's a big thing.
Yeah.
But then a piece of me like doesn't want, and not that I have anything to hide from my past like at all. Like my past is literally like eating cheese and watching South Park and like whose line is it anyway? And like just the
most damning picture of you is you and a bunny head playing Kendama at a party.
Most likely. But I just don't want to like. I feel like once you do get elevated more like in the public eye, that's when people are like, so what's behind this? And it's like I just almost don't even want that. Just because it's like
right.
So to me, like as I'm getting older too, I'm okay with like just living in the moment, like surrounding myself with the things I want to be surrounded with, and watching people open action figures on the internet.
Yeah, I think it all hit home for me when they tried to cancel Aziz.
Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah,
that was odd because to me it's like they just exposed like odd things about his sex life, which like even with sex, I feel like to me like sex, I'm not a private person, but like with that kind of stuff, like when you're being intimate with somebody, I feel like that should be behind closed doors and like between you and the people or the person or whatever you're gonna do. And everyone consents and it's all good. But like I think when you start just like fishing for stuff and like literally blasting, it's like we had sex like this. It's like does that even matter? Like does
he was
it matter?
Just bad at sex, and he almost got canceled for it.
He was bad at sex, and
like
who knows? I don't
fucking 16-year-old me was canceled.
Canceled.
Done. Lights out. Game over.
But no, it's odd too. It's like even like Louis C. Not to get into comedy too. Like Louis C.K.'s like doing shows and stuff again, and it's like weird
what
stuff.
The fuck?
Like I don't know. To me, it's like I'm so divided about it too because like always loved Louis. I've always loved stand up comedy since I was a kid. Like would always watch Comedy Central. Like I watched Comedy Central more than like Nickelodeon when I was a kid, and I just always enjoyed comedy and just like stuff to like laugh at. And even like Louis C.K. now too. It's like I don't know if he like did anything to anybody, but at the same time like jerking off in front of people like unwarranted is like extremely odd. So it's like, because I have some friends too that are like, he should never be able to be famous ever again, and it's like, yeah, like I don't know if I agree with that totally, but also
Right.
like I think that he should like serve some type of
Sentencing of
like some
yeah.
like don't pull your wiener out in front
Right.
of people, because like there is
Right.
like the thing of being like, oh my god, like you're Louis C.K., so like I obviously want to be cool with you, so
Right.
do whatever you like. That's a real thing for sure. Like, but I don't know how the fuck we got on this topic, but like,
And in the same breath, they took the Diversity Day off of
they
Peacock.
did. Yeah, it's gone from the Office could not be on at all
No.
like right now. But it's odd to like watch as a like I get secondhand embarrassment super easily, and like to see. Like if I see a guy like make a move on a girl at a bar, like, "Hey, you want to get back?" I'm just always like, "Oh god!" Like I can't even look. I can't even look. Like I'm the most like cardboard like in an elevator with somebody else person there is like. Just because I don't want to be lumped in the stereotype of just like creepy dudes and stuff, so
Yeah.
like I'll get the cue. I'm just like, I'm gonna stand here and just exist and then get off on my floor, and that's fine. Like
Right.
I think when someone like makes conversation like, "Do you work here?" I'm just like, "Oh, get me the fuck out of here!"
Yeah.
Like don't.
Yeah.
Just text. I don't know. Good. I'm glad that we got this off our chest.
Yes,
so.
I feel so good.
I feel open. This is very nice.
How's your beer? Do you need another beer?
I need
okay.
another beer. So let's beer break.
Beer break.
Very good. Oh, man, yeah, I was making so many pivots. I was just like, I want to say so many things.
Right.
Thank you. That's how you know you're a real podcast. When you have Liquid Death.
Oh, right.
Which do you like it? Does it like do anything for you, or is it like?
So.
Or did you guys get an endorsement?
Hang on. That was all on mic, I assume. So I'm just gonna start talking about it.
Do it.
So Liquid Death is a staple of Greg, who's been mentioned a number of times on this show, and he's probably freaking out right now.
What's up, Greg? Cheers, bub.
Cheers. Cheers to fucking not getting Stone Cold and The Rock canceled.
Yes. Here's a none of our heroes going down. Hopefully.
Yeah. Just keep
Unless
Punk
they
and
did
Rock
something
above
bad.
water.
If they did something bad, then get them.
But get him. But please don't get them.
Be nice.
Be nicely get them. Accept the money.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Some money in the bank in real life.
Liquid Death.
Yes.
Okay. So that was Greg brought that to everybody's attention because their stuff is super fucking metal,
Yeah.
like dark metal, sweet, awesome.
Yeah.
My wife brought it to my attention because it is the only truly recyclable 100% water product on the market.
Yes.
Because you can recycle a can completely, you can't recycle a bottle.
Plastic bottle or yes.
Or
yes.
the paper box.
Yeah.
That's the biggest fucking crock of shit ever.
Really?
Yeah, you can recycle the box, but you have to rip the plastic part out of
Right.
it.
The what it's coated in and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff too. It's like yeah. That's like not to like plug Chrome Kendoma, but like all of our stuff is like on the box is like this is not a recyclable. Like this is not made from recycling this box because there's like color and dye and blah 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 in it. But we do sell Kendomas that are made from recycled materials that like you literally can just throw away if you wanted to. Or it's like complete recycle. But like on the packaging it'll say that like this, like I said, like dyed,
Cool.
that kind of shit, not recyclable, but like yes, back to Liquid Death.
Awesome. So yeah, Liquid Death, super cool, and
Yeah.
we, whether or not like the water tastes any better, I don't think matters to us as a people. We appreciate supporting them. I think they're borderline local. Like the guys are from Western PA.
Yeah.
So we like appreciate all that. I do like their sparkling water.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I would personally drink seltzer water over like La Croix, bubbly, like Liquid
Right.
Death is very good. Like I thoroughly enjoy like seltzer water.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. And I think the Liquid Death, like their branding and their like whole like image is bigger than like it's a can of water. Like it's the branding is the thing that gets it. And the name, I think I was listening to like the Tim Dillon podcast and like that was the first time I saw it. Then I saw it like on Chris Stefano's podcast and like something else, and I was just like, so Liquid Death. I was like, is this like a hard seltzer? I assume it's a hard seltzer or something because everybody and their mother is making a hard seltzer right now, and like that's what I thought it was originally. But I was like, oh, it's water, and it's not like insanely priced. It's like
No, it's less than Smart Water.
yeah, it's a big can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's cool, and you know the slogan is murder hydration. So like that's fucking awesome.
Very aggressive for water. It's probably the most aggressive water sales tactic I've ever heard ever. It's like you're gonna be never thirsty ever again, ever again. Which I mean, I don't know. Yeah, shout out to Liquid Death. Enjoy it.
How pissed are you that they are ruining like forever? The Undertaker was the only protected gimmick in the industry, and now there is a Choose Your Own Adventure with the New Day, the Undertaker Haunted House movie coming out on Netflix. How do you feel?
I didn't know about that until right now.
Live reaction.
Yeah, this is happening. Well, I feel like they're kind of like milking the Undertaker right now because supposedly he's supposed to be at like Crown Jewel, but he's not going to be wrestling. He's going to be just there because I think the WWE is trying to like just drum up some, oh shit, did you hear whatever? So I feel that like, will I personally watch it? Like, no. But at the same time, it's like the Undertaker, and it's like, I'm sure it'll. It's probably gonna suck. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
gonna suck.
I mean, I love the New Day. I love Undertaker. And I understand where they think this will be fun, but it's also like I like the Undertaker serious, and I like the New Day funny. I don't want them combined.
Yeah, no. If they start giving like the Undertaker a shtick and stuff, I'm just gonna like I don't know.
American Badass Taker, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Verse like overall or
just overall, just in general. Yeah, right. Like Rollin' is your fucking entrance song. Like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, like the most '90s thing in the world is I think when it might have been the 2000s. The most 2000s thing in the world.
'99
was when Fred Durst performed "Rollin'" with Limp Bizkit, and then the Undertaker came out on a motorcycle, and then
fucking big chopper.
Every child around the globe was just like, yeah.
But
like
then
that was
he comes out and he like kind of does the straddle thing, and then he just gives Fred Durst like a nod, and then down to the rink, and you're like, yeah,
out of here, baby. That is do you prefer? I hate comparing things, but I do. But it's one of my demons. Do you prefer the like dark Undertaker or American Badass Undertaker?
So this is really hard because
Dead Man
because Brothers of Destruction is American Badass,
huge.
And there's nothing cooler than Kane and Taker just whooping ass and clearing the ring.
Beating ass.
And then when Austin was a part of it, when WCW invaded, and it was like...
I just got the chills.
Oh, I know, right? It's like, my God, Austin's here! Who's he gonna join? And like the shit's like going down in the ring, and then all of a sudden...
The hair is standing off my arm right now.
It's the best. It's the best. And then standing in center of the ring, everybody's cleared except for... I'm knocked over the kendama.
It's getting intense.
Is Austin and Taker and Kane just standing in the middle of the ring, having whooped the WCW Invaders' ass.
Just God, it's
and actually,
so good.
I believe that was ECW. Let me correct because I don't want to be wrong.
Yeah, you can get drugged. Yeah,
I'll get killed. But that was like such a
Yes.
So like I love that era. I love that Taker, and that was the time I was watching as a kid.
Yes.
However, you don't get APA without Creepy Taker.
Right.
The Druids.
Right.
And when we were introduced to the APA, they were the guys playing. Like, we didn't quite understand who they were, why they were always playing cards, but it looked like a lot of fun.
Yep.
And you wanted to be there.
Oh, God, the white door, everything. You had to knock on the door just like a door for, like, acolytes protecting
you. It's just a door frame.
Damn.
You can walk around it.
I love it. So, like, some WWE gimmicks like that, like their shticks, like, they worked so well, like, so good. But some now, like, I don't know if I feel like an old person just saying it, like, they don't make it like they used to back, but, like, they don't.
No, they do. Like, they had a guy whose whole gimmick was he was the perfect 10, and all he did was come out and go 10.
Yeah.
And everybody went nuts, and he was number 10 at the Rumble, and everybody went nuts.
Oh, God.
It's like,
yeah.
They had him.
Yeah.
They just let him go. And now he's the chairman in AEW, and all he does is hit people with chairs backstage. Well, he never fucking wrestles. It's awesome.
It's what you do.
It's APA.
You give people chair sandwiches.
Yeah,
that's all you
exactly.
Do. Chair sandwiches for all.
But, like, that's... Like, the gimmicks are there.
Yeah.
They just let them piss them away.
Jeff Hardy was my favorite wrestler of all time growing up.
Interesting.
What was his gimmick? Like, rave guy? Like, honestly, this is the first time I'm actually, like, thinking about Jeff Hardy's image. Because Matt was kind of the clean-cut, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll drop you off at the rave, but I'm not going to stick around. Like, I don't know. Like, what was it? Was it just, like, party guy?
I think the Hardy Boys were...
They're the sickest tag team, in my opinion. Like, to me, they're the sickest tag team.
Okay. Well, but the Young Bucks exist now.
Yeah. But I don't watch it as much, and I'm insanely biased. And, like...
I understand.
One of their moves was called Poetry Emotion. Why?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's so, like, emo. Maybe it was, like, emo. It was, like, emo rave guy.
I think it was
flips
just
off ladders.
They were the youngest by a country mile. Because, like, when they first started, Jeff Hardy was, like, 16 in his first professional match.
Yeah.
So, they were the Hardy Boys, and I think they were just meant to look like teenagers.
Yes.
That was
okay,
kind of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you look at the big 3 tag teams of that era, Edge and Christian are like the goofy, over the top, like
Yeah.
squirrely heels that always like do dumb shit to get
like
out
that
of it.
shtick, like the
It was
flash
awesome.
photography, that was good. The big goofy hats.
Well, and you
like,
saw at SummerSlam he came out as the Brood.
Brood, yes.
Yeah, it was fucking
that was
cool.
insane. Very insane.
So like their shtick is kind of what it is, and then the Dudley Boys were the hardcore, the guys who brought the tables. They had a bunch of odd side characters that surrounded
the intro
them.
music, like boom, like.
And that was back when they had pyro, and the fucking thing would go to the ring and explode. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then the Hardy Boys were like the kids of the group.
Yeah.
That were like the little brothers that always.
The high flyers.
Right,
yeah.
and
yeah.
I don't think it was like that. They didn't have a character. They just were.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Yes, that's exactly what they were. They just existed.
But that's why WWE in the Attitude Era was so cool. What
Yeah.
was Triple H's stick? Road had a sledgehammer and a
His
Kango hat and a leather jacket.
The Hunter Hearst Helmsley
It's
era
so good.
is so cringe, and just like how he was like upper class, and like he nailed that shit.
Yeah.
Like he nailed that shit.
Yep.
I liked how he did the turn to just like badass sledgehammer, like just beefed the fuck up.
Yep.
In like the game, like I did love how like People's Champ was like the Rock, but like he's like, I am the game, and then he went on to be in control of the whole fucking game.
Right.
Like
He so when I come into wrestling,
mm-hmm.
we are in the build to Mania 17.
Mhm.
So Austin winning the Rumble from 1,
yes,
all that kind of stuff.
yes,
But also a key part of this is that so Jericho's already there.
yeah,
Okay? And he's like doing shit with like China, and like he's kind of like a mid-card guy.
ass clown. Like he has the goofy like
Yeah, the
Yeah.
top knot, like the whole
Y2K,
9 yards.
yeah.
Yeah. So Jericho is cool to me, and I like Jericho in the ring, but I don't like the Jericho shtick.
yeah.
Triple H, I did not see when I started watching wrestling. And his return, when he comes out to Motorhead for the first time and he's got the
Oh,
jacket and he does
God.
the water spit, his first like return entrance, I was like, I don't know who that guy is, but
Yeah,
that's
like-
my new
Yeah,
favorite.
like a grown-up Sean Hunter, just with a chip on his fucking shoulder, spitting water. I mean, I think it's like, it's a rite of passage as a kid or a grown man to be in a pool and to fucking spit water like this in
Yes.
the pool. Like, I've done it.
I also love that you
Countless
called him
times.
Sean Hunter.
Yeah. So, yeah, he is Sean. Yeah, Sean. He's the Sean Hunter. trailer
Boy Meets World. Triple H.
That's what it was.
That's
I
what
think
he grew up to be.
they got the shtick from Sean Hunter from Boy Meets World.
Well, I mean, Sean Hunter had a leather jacket, was a bad boy, rode motorcycles. He would have eventually went on to carry a sledgehammer and have a Kango hat.
Was
but
he?
yeah,
Started getting the like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Super into that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, I love it. Triple H. He was as a kid too. He was like the first where I was like, oh, I hate that guy. Like,
yeah.
That to me, like he did really well at that, because like I was a little bit young to have like Ric Flair. Every time I saw him, he was just kind of like the older guy I saw in the ring, but like, obviously knew who he was and like respected his like character in him. But like Triple H was the first like heel where I was like, oh, I hate him.
Mhm.
But he did it. He did it well. And that's what made The Rock so much better. Like,
Yup.
God, we can keep this. This is gonna be like a WWE episode. Like
Yeah.
The Rock is just so good too. Like as a heel and as like the people's champ, like he nails it. Even when he's a heel, you love him.
Yep.
Like it makes me want to be a heel. Like fuck you. Like I want to be like The Rock.
Yeah.
I want to wear Gucci sunglasses. I'm 9. Like I don't know what Gucci is.
I don't button my
Yeah.
silk shirts, Mom.
No,
That's for
no.
fucking The Rock
No.
doesn't do that.
I was the whitest kid in the world trying to wear like the Rock style T-shirts for like
Mhm.
picture day, also with like NSYNC influenced
Yes.
hair and like with a ball necklace, because I went to Hot Topic once.
Yes.
And I'm just like, it was a hodgepodge. I think I found skateboarding after that, but
Lucky
it was
for
heavy.
you.
It was
Some
heavy.
of us did not.
it was heavy.
Yeah. All right. That was 50 minutes.
That feels good.
Okay.
That was a good catch up, WWE.
This has been a great depression.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you enjoyed the episode that you heard last week that we're going to record now. We're time traveling.
We're doing it.
This has been a great depression. Remember, we are now in your brains.